Hello, I'm Buck Gwynn, and I'm your host for this show, The Cabins of Fish Canyon. This is the third segment in a series of videos we've done here on DCTV about the Fish Canyon area. In the first segment, we covered the protest rally at the Fish Canyon Azusa Rock site. Here we saw the Save the Foothills group protesting against the terrible strip mining that's going on in our local community. In the second part, we took a hike to the falls of Fish Canyon. Here we saw the beauty, the natural beauty of the forest area up there in Fish Canyon, and also the natural beauty of the falls. Along the way, as we walked through the quarry, though, we saw firsthand the kind of strip mining that can go on. Also along the way, we found foundations with no buildings. We saw steps leading up to nowhere. We found half-decaying chimneys and old appliances. This gave us a focus for this program. Who were these people that lived in the cabins of Fish Canyon? Well, we've done research, and we've got two people here tonight to tell us their story about how life was in Fish Canyon. My first guest is Elizabeth Hoop.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Thank you for coming to the show tonight. Elizabeth, approximately when was your first memories of Fish Canyon?
Well, about 1921, when my aunt had a cabin that my dad had helped build, and we went up, and I must have been about 7. And we hiked up to the cabin and saw my aunt's cabin, and there was a cabin next to it that my mother liked very much, and the man wanted to get rid of it, so she bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And we moved in. I think we moved in 1921, took it over.
Mm-hmm.
And
as a child, what did you do in Fish Canyon? What was your entertainment?
oh, we had a wonderful time. We played. We never got in the stream. We never waded in the stream, but we played in it. And we hiked all over the canyon. We went up, explored it, and it was just a wonderful place to be.
Mm-hmm. That's just a wonderful story. Did you hike to the falls? Did you go up to the falls?
Yes, we hiked to the falls.
I see.
And we seldom did that by ourselves. We generally had adults when we went to the falls. But yes, we went to the falls, and it was, and even went above the falls.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
There was, the trail went clear up above, and there were cabins up there too at that time.
Wow. How many cabins were up there in the Fish Canyon area?
I don't have any idea. I
Quite
wondered. I wondered, the numbers go up to what, 54? Or
Yeah, 59, I believe,
59.
or maybe a little bit higher than that.
And they don't seem to be in consecutive order as to location, do they?
Yeah, I noticed that myself hiking up and seeing the
Yes.
numbers. It didn't seem to follow that all the time.
Yes.
How did you get supplies up in there?
Well, there was, after we got our cabin, there was an Indian who lived around in the foothills
Wow.
east of the canyon mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a couple of burros, and he took things up that were too heavy to carry, like building tar paper for the roof, or cement, or gasoline for our Coleman stove, and things like that, and even canned goods. Dad would send up maybe once or twice a year, which helped a lot. Then we didn't have to carry as much. Otherwise, we carried a gallon can of gas practically every time we went up.
Nice to have him around, huh? I can imagine trying to hike with all that stuff on your back. It would have been pretty tough.
You couldn't do it.
Yeah, that would have been. When did your time at Fish Canyon end?
1958, when the cabin burned.
Mm-hmm.
There had been a fire once before that was up higher in the mountains, and my dad and his brother went up and poured water on the roof all night as the sparks fell down towards the
Gee, that
stream.
must have been dramatic.
Yes,
Wow.
and they kept it from catching fire.
Yeah.
Tar paper roofs are burned real nice.
Yeah, that was pretty dangerous.
So we escaped that time, but the fire in '58 just went up the canyon, and it took a large percentage of the cabins,
I see.
and the ones that didn't burn got washed out when the floods came, when we had heavy rains the next year.
Oh, yeah, the flood the following year?
Yes.
Oh, my word. And then mudslides and all the rest.
Mudslides and the stream, the big rocks in the stream were all covered up with sand, and the stream just ran right straight down the middle. No pools or nice things like that. But that's when the...
Elizabeth, how was it growing up in Fish Canyon?
Oh, it was wonderful. We loved the place. And my son, later on, he loved it too. Just infinite variety of things to do, for children especially. And
touching base with nature all the time, huh? Just seeing nature and always being part of it.
We didn't have a radio,
Wow.
no electricity, of course. We had an old crank Victrola and old records. No, one of the ones that sits up on top of a stand. And
that was high tech then, huh? I mean, in that area to have that kind of equipment.
And
wow.
And we used to play the records, and we had a lot of magazines, old magazines, but mostly we played cards and things like that. But mostly it was the stream.
Yeah, there's enough up there to keep you busy, from what I've seen. Just the beauty and the hiking and the surroundings. It's wonderful. Well, Elizabeth, you've brought some photos tonight, and we really appreciate this. And maybe we'd like to go over some of these, and you can tell us a little bit about them.
Okay.
Okay. The first one, it looks like we have your cabin.
Yes. That's looking from the stream up towards the cabin. You can't see the chimney. It had a chimney. It had a big fireplace.
Was this a big cabin?
No, it was one room with a little kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And the interior at first had high windows. And when they took the front porch in, enclosed it, they put bigger windows towards the stream so we could see the stream.
Approximately what year was this picture?
1921.
Wow.
Was when we got it, and in this picture it was called Ferncliff, and this is in 1922.
And the picture below that, that's
yes,
are you in that picture?
Yes, I'm in that picture, and my sister and brother. And
where are you at on that picture?
I'm down here at the bottom.
On the far left there, huh? Wonderful.
And my mother and father and a friend of my mother's. When I look at these people now, I wonder how they got up there.
Oh.
You know, some of them, the trail is...
You see the shape they're in now because they haven't been hiking it. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another series of photos here. Another two cabin shots on top there.
Yes.
What are those two cabins?
Well, those are, this one is on the right is my Aunt Grace's cabin, and the other one is the one that my mother bought.
Now, one of my favorite photos is right below that on the left.
Oh yes, the falls. The falls. That was when I was in junior high school, and it was my girlfriend and I, and we hiked up there. But we really